Blue 2, and this time I'll be showing you the filter section. You can run the filters in series or parallel. You get individual envelopes, key tracking, and mod wheel source, so you can modulate with your mod wheel without using the mod section. So let's get started. Each filter has their own individual envelope, so you use this to basically just shape your filter envelope, kind of how it reacts. You get individual distortion too, which kind of changes the sound to kind of a square wave like sound. This is the low pass 6, but the 12 I think allows for more resonance. You also have a velocity and pan. So if you want these three to be pan to the left and these three to be pan to the right using B, you can do that. You just get a ton of filters. You get the 6 decibels. And you get the 12s. Which have resonance, but these two right here don't seem to have it, but the 12 decibels do. You also get a band pass. So, take the envelope off. Sounds a little better with a square. Yeah, so 12 decibels, you get a notch in here as well. You get LP2, which is 12, HP2, BP2, and N2, which is low pass, high pass, band pass, and notch. They're basically a different like saturation, or they sound a bit different. I was thinking of making the filters 1 and 2 be separate series, but I might just combine them together. But we'll be learning how to really implement these into your sounds, even if they're an FM sound or not, you know. It's me teasing the effects all over again. Throw a clipper in here. So you can get some really interesting results just with the filters and just normal waves. one thing I really do like about filters is like the samples. Like, no, not this one. I was messing around. There. Try some strings. We'll throw it in a filter A, and we'll have another set of maybe a choir in this one. Ho 1, and we'll have that go into filter B. So we'll have a notch here, a little bit of bit of resonance, and we'll have a bandpass here, kind of round here, with a little bit of resonance, and we'll put these in A, effects A, and we'll run this at a parallel, and we'll just have a HQ reverb. And the thing about this is mod wheel, key track, so you could get some really nice like style transitions for your samples with it that you have in Bluetooth. And your acid style sounds come from this thing right here. So let's get a square wave in there and get going. And no. So that is basically your this is basically your transistor filter. If you're into this acid style sound, just tune this up to 3, 5. Just have fun with it, you know. That's what I do. It's fun to just sit here and make all kinds of other sounds. But anyway, let's get to the other filters and the tricks with them. High pass 10. It's just a high pass filter. Triangle's probably not the best example. Saw. But use the saw to make a simple Reese with the bandpass is pretty easy. You make a Reese with just the bandpass and 2 saws detuned. Bluetooth's not my synth for making Reeses though. Bluetooth's like it's like my more exotic approach to sound design. Like, the stuff I make with Bluetooth is more like, you know, keys and nice leads, more like those bright sounds. It's good at making basses though, really good. Let's make a pad sound. We'll start off with quite a few saw sounds, and we'll just throw them in filter A using this very filter right here. Yeah, it really depends. Like this is a 24 decibel, but if you go to like a 12 decibel, you can get those really like dancey style sounds. Um, Notch 2, which really sounds like a deep notch filter. Run them in the series and throw in a band pass, 24 decibel. Oh, and filters, I think, they have their own LFOs as well. So you can hear it a little bit. Let's go for a filter B. This is a terrible example. The envelopes are good for creating plucks, funky leads, and all that stuff. But now let's get to the more special stuff. The 36 is pretty good. You can barely even hear a thing because I don't have it routed. I'm not used to having to route filters, so that's a bad thing or anything. Go for a square. Let's make that kind of a funky, show you how funky we can get. Throw this on effects A. Keep them parallel. And like that, we got a little moogie sound. Now let's check out the comb filters. The high pass basically just, it's got a lot more resonance and it's a higher decibel value, but the combs are probably the best in my opinion. Filter A. Hear that. The positive is just, it's just so gritty and nasty sounding. And of course the reso creates more of a metallic sound in it. Key tracking helps with this a little bit. Yeah, you could use this on bases. Usually what I like to do is I like to use the XY pad to do that. You can make some really like nice movement just by using the XY pad and the comb filter. Um, the the comb positive, now let's go to its negative value. So you can get like a nice nice vintage like style like lead right here with the digital filter. Um it's good for metallic sounds, good for your glitch hop dubstep style basses. Let's get rid of that envelope. You can get a lot of nice movement with just using the LFO. Like this is nothing, like more like this. If you like those risers, let's go at a higher key. It's a little loud, so that's the comb filter section for you. Next is our Vox. It's basically a format filter. You get a bunch of different valleys, sounds. And the Q kind of makes it deeper and a little more rich. And you also, if you did not notice, your distortion was replaced by the val knob. So the val knob kind of changes the format. It's kind of like a wah pedal from a guitarist rig. As you may tell, I got those yai sounds without even trying. You don't need a bit crush to get those in Bluetooth. That's basically the Vox. Just use it in conjunction with the format can be really powerful, or just the comb and the Vox can be really powerful. Next, we have this format. Now it's similar to the Vox, but it's a lot more deeper. I like using this on choirs and basses. I'll show you with a choir real quick. Let's go for our synth stuff. It sounds a little dark, which is really excellent. And the cool thing is, if you use let's say multi-env, which I will be covering in its own modulation video. You can get some nice, really nice effects with this. This kind of reminds me of of uh, Dune 2's multi-stage envelope, which is phenomenal. It's nothing bad, and if you can get a lot of movement by just using this. We'll get frequency, and we're also going to use the same thing and do it to the vowel or and resonance, or just the vowel or resonance. Screw it. I'm just going to do it to both of them. So you can see how I changed that simple sample into something just different with just the format. Very atmospheric style. The 4 is just a different variation of the effect. I'm gonna get an additive wave this time. I'm gonna get hollow. We're gonna go full fifth or A. Sorry if that's a bit loud. And just, just mess around with different waveforms through different filters. You'll get a lot of results. Let's see, all these filters times this many filters is just over millions of possibilities. So that's the format 4, and this is just a simple ring modulation. Let's get this out of there. Which is nice for those kind of metallic sounds. Not saying the metallic sounds that you kind of get out of the comb filter, but it's just a ring modulator, just modulating in a ring portion of the pitch, and it's just in a filter slot. I think you also have one in your effects setting. Yep, you do. So let's see what happens if we combine these two together. Ring mod. I apologize if you can't hear it. Yeah, so that's basically the filters in a nutshell. Um, let's do, before I go, let's run them in parallel with a couple combinations. So we're going to run this acid 18 decibel low pass. Hold on a minute, I got somebody at the door. Alright, so I'm back, and let's run these in a series together. Hold on a minute. Alright, so let's run these in a series together and kind of, you know, see what happens. So let's throw a little resonance in this. And let's run it into Vox in a series. And that's just one example. Now we're going to go to another one, and we're going to do saw wave or square wave again. Now let's go into a comb negative to the ring mod. That's weird as hell. And no, you do not get a saw wave, a sine mode with this. You gotta use the frequency. So and this is gonna be our last combination. We'll do let's say we'll do a format with a comb negative in a series, and we'll do it with a square wave. I just love the square wave you get in Bluetooth. It's just so amazing. Throw a little drive on this one. Let's go for lo-fi. And let's run that in a series with a reverb. Make it a little roomy though. And right there we got a nice little yoid sound just by using the filter. Now the filter made that sound. The bit crush is just making it a bit crushy, and that's the lo-fi setting in effects section with a little reverb. So really the filter section is all about just experimentation and mixing and matching. You can do your average everyday poppy plucky sounds to like this, you know. You could always do these. You can always do those. but you can do more than that because you can run them in series. You can feed a let's say you could feed a comb right into a ring mod. It's nuts. So thanks for watching. This is the end of my video. If you have any questions on the filter section in Blue 2, be sure to leave a comment and leave a like. Please subscribe. More Blue 2 on the way. Thanks for watching. Sebastian out. Peace.